In this video, Sam shares about one of the most common air conditioner problems that he finds out in the field. If this part goes bad, it will leave you without air conditioning. It's also important to keep a close eye on it to make sure it doesn't lead to bigger and more costly problems for your air conditioner.
Today we're just going to go through and take a look at one of the most common repairs that's done on an air conditioner. A lot of times when we're going through and we're checking out a unit, we are making sure that fan motors are operating properly, that the compressor that pumps all the refrigerant makes your air comfortable in the house. Usually we start to see that capacitors start to go. What a capacitor is it's just the motor starter essentially. When that component starts to act up or overheat, and usually it will pop and it doesn't send any power to those motors. So the capacitor is just this little silver tube that we have inside of the air conditioner, more like a cylinder. And we come through and just test with our multimeter to see what's the power that this one's rated for. And is it going to last you the summer? Is it going to allow the unit to run properly? And with this one in particular, it doesn't look like it's sending power the way that it should be. We'll check the fan. So right here we're just a little bit low, but the fan's getting enough power. It just doesn't look like our compressor's getting enough power. So we'll go through, usually in a case like that, we're out here for preventative maintenance. So when we do that, either we find one that's completely failed or one that's low and it's just not going to send enough power. We usually recommend, during preventative maintenance you have something like that replaced just to allow the unit to have enough power to keep you guys comfortable. I'd say it is probably the most common thing that goes wrong on an air conditioner. Replacing it preventatively could prevent any other parts from being dragged down with it. So if, your fan motor on top here isn't getting enough power, it's going to hurt that fan motor and keep it from actually pumping enough of that air, or just keeping it from overheating there. Just like anything, there's got to be the correct amount of power to allow all the components to operate the way they should be. If you were to buy one online, we personally don't know where those are coming from. When we replace it, we're going to honor it with a 2-year parts and labor warranty that comes from the manufacturer and then comes from us, of course. But we are cutting all the wires off and replacing it with new terminals. So as opposed to just plugging in new wires there, we are putting new connectors on each and every one of those to make sure that a lot of times you will have like a thunderstorm or lightning, anything like that, and those old connections can sometimes get zapped for one reason or another. Usually if there's a voltage drop in the house, your power goes off for a second. Out of most things that we see, we'll see like the clocks flash inside the house. Also, sometimes we just find those capacitors are low. Either a wire got burnt or something happened weird with the breaker there. And the main reason why I think their unit is running, because they do have this little hard start kit and it has like a second capacitor in the house. So this one right here it's reading incredibly low, but if we were to unplug this guy, we could check across this one. That's where we're getting all our power to actually start it. So this is built to start the unit. It's not built to keep the unit running. The capacitor is there to constantly keep the unit cycling refrigerant, running, whereas the hard start kit is here mainly to just get the unit clicked on and going, that initial surge power.